All right, well, it's the first snow of the season, and managed to get the plow back on Big Red, and yeah, we didn't have a lot of snow. I didn't even use the plow, but I want to get the Bobcat. The Bobcat this summer, I was using it, and I could hear an exhaust leak. Hopefully it's an exhaust leak and not a head gasket or a broken head again. So I want to go down to the white barn and get that. And of course that one there, that's an ongoing project, and I'm still kind of working on it, trying to figure out electrical. There was no spark and no fuel, but tore the engine apart. The whole video, if you want to go back and see it, it's one of those projects I work on a little bit and then do something else. But yeah, I got a whole line of projects here, but I gotta get the Bobcat going because I got some stuff I got to do with it. And if it gets really snowy, I use that up close and around here and cut paths out to where I feed the animals and stuff. So I just want to make sure that thing's running. Right now it's got a pretty bad leak on it, so we got to figure out where it's coming from. So without further ado, I'm going to walk down to the white barn and we'll get cracking on that, trying to get that thing started. It hasn't run for probably midsummer. I really haven't needed it, so we'll go down there and see what we can do. All right, well, we're going to try to see how this thing's going to start here. Let me push this little guy out of here and get back to Bobcat and see how she starts up. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. This should push pretty easy. All the stuff on top. All right, well, let me get, I do my glove. Let me get my flashlight out here. Let's check the oil before we get too crazy with it. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, can't see the hole. Alright. Well, crud, I didn't bring starting fluid up. And there's not enough left in that. I'm going to have to go get some starting fluid because I don't want to crank on the battery forever. So let me run up and I'll get some starting fluid and then we'll come back. Alright, back with a little starting fluid here. We'll just give it a shot in here. It should go with no problem. I just don't. It's cold. It's so old that it takes a little while to crank on it, but it would go eventually. But I hate doing that because it's just so hard on the battery. And all right, set this over here along with the empty one. And let's see what she's gonna do. Give it a little throttle here. Choke. Did you hear that hissing noise? Yeah, that's what I need to fix. Come on. May need to give it a little more. Since it hasn't been started, I guess I never checked the fuel in it either. Well, that would probably be a pretty grand idea. Let's try a little more starting fluid here. Okay, Put a little more in there. Let's try it again. Come on. Just an exhaust leak, it's starting to really sound like a head leak again. It's better when you leave it run and get warm, so. And I don't have any head gaskets on hand. I did order some, but I got gaskets for the exhaust and intake, but not for the head, so I thought I did. Over here on the bench. All right, let's see if we can get it out of here. Put away and then we'll mosey on up to the shop. Doesn't leak as bad as when it gets warm, but if you put it under a load, it'll definitely, you can hear it. I'm gonna go up to this old truck and we'll see if we can put it underneath the load. Exhaust leak, but my fear is going to be another head. The head that I had changed before. That's the head that I changed before. My uncle found a head in Ohio for about $100, and well, let's hope that's what it is. All right, well, at least it's the back one here. That's the same one I changed before. So I don't know, man, it feels good. It's nice and warm. All right, well, we're gonna let it cool off, and I'm gonna shut this off here. Yeah, let it cool off, but it's right there. And well, that's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and I've got new gaskets for the exhaust, and yeah, I guess we'll see. At least it's the back one, that's all I can say. The front one's not bad either. You just take the seat off and sit up in there. But in my first video of this here, probably, man, it's been a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, the drive pulley, the variable speed down here broke, and I ended up welding it. It was like 3 pieces inside here on I think it's on this one, on this side. It's a cone that goes up in the other one. Broke in 3 pieces, welded it all up, thought it would never hold, and then just bolted it to make it a single speed, about mid-range. You see the belt is about mid-range in the pulley, and it ain't no speed demon, but I'll have to look back on the video when I did that. But it's been a year and a half ago at least, maybe 2. I think it was one of the first videos I did. So yeah, I still haven't found one. I bought a whole other Bobcat I went out to Ohio and got. I had that on a video previous to this that had another engine, but it was the wrong pulley, but it still had a lot of parts on it. So I brought the whole thing home. And all right, well, let this thing cool off. I'll get you set up and we'll start taking stuff off. All right, I got some tools around here. Let's at least get started on it here. Yeah, I guess it's just one holding it. Get that out of our way. Yeah, see if we can get this exhaust out of our way. All right. I don't want to snap it off. I guess it's just a muffler clamp. I can't. What is that? Oh, well, it helps you take the rubber tip off. All right, well, a friend of mine stopped by, and I had bought some coffee from fundraiser, and he helped me get this thing off of here. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a little, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like two spacers in there. The muffler, there's one spacer, there's the other spacer to get it to the right size. And let me get you over here. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's factory. Close nipple for a pipe. Well, it's worked, so I guess we'll just leave it like it is. All right, next I think I'll start getting all this, the wiring out of the way, everything unbolted off the top of this metal shroud, and we'll keep going. All right, let's get some of this stuff unbolted here. Yeah, of course. Well, I guess that don't want to run. Full power. Huh. Well, I guess that's why it's a salvage. Yeah, I work at a place that we get these in. I just take them. Let's try Let's try this one. This is another salvage. Hopefully this one will work. All right. Get some of this stuff off of here. I guess I'm gonna have to get a magnetic tray too. I'm not one to remember how things go, so there's a washer for that. All right. Kind of hard to believe that those little nuts are still welded to the back of the shroud, actually. All right, that can get out of there. Let's get these out of here. I can probably just stay like that out of the way. Get down here where I can see what we're doing now. Yeah, that strap was on there. Because I don't know how this is supposed to be held on there, but it always vibrated around. You see, I can move it. And just loose. So I just strapped it to there. I mean, it's held for many years, so I guess. It's a little dirty in there. It's not bad. It's had an oil leak going on here. I wonder what that's all about. I don't know if I need a... Boy, that is dirty right there. It looks like it sucked in some... Huh. There's a mouse nest in there. Let me get my flashlight out. Well, it's not really, but something's brought some stuff in there. That's the tarp to that car down here in the barn. Put a tarp, or the tarp was off of it. And that's cool. I don't think I gotta remove this one. I don't think there's any reason to even see where it's connected at. Must be, oh, there. Back in there, but I don't think I need to take that off to get the head gasket off. So let's get, let's try to get this head off. Let's get the spark plugs out of there. A little overkill here, but I've seen worse. For as old as it is, looks like it's running a little hot, but wow, that one's I don't know if you can see that, but boy, it's pretty carboned up. Wow. And it looks like I guess the plug gaps are the same, but yeah, boy, that one. Wow, that one is carboned up. All right, let me get the size we need for the bolts here. I think I'm going to use this guy in case one of them don't want to come. I don't strip the threads out of the jug, I think they call it. Part that's underneath. Part that's underneath here, you know, I think them are called the jugs. So I'm gonna strip the bolts out of that. All right, let's. Well, that was not tight. I think one of these in order. I think they're all the same, but I can't remember. last time I did this, I know I ran it and then retorqued. Oh, really? I need a shallow. Half inch. I retorqued it once it got warmed up. I retorqued it. I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to do it, but that's the way I did it. See if this works. Yeah. Different style of impact socket. All right. Yeah, so far they're all the same size. I think they are. Yeah. I'm kind of glad I took that apart to see that crap in there. And I may take that off. And, wow, that one was loose. Wow. Yep. I'll get that later. Oop. I know the first video we did on this was on that variable speed, and I know a lot of people seems to like working on this old stuff. I wanted to, I'll get that one later too. I'm gonna get this done, but I thought, man, I'm gonna maybe film this and somebody can kind of see what you got to do this. And that come right off. All right, wow. Look at, let's see, which way did that go on? Like that. Yeah, look at that. Let me get you down here where you can see. Look at the carbon build up on that baby. Wow. Look at that. What the heck? Holy cow. That's a piece of carbon. I don't know if that's coming from the, I run non-ethanol fuel in this, and I don't know, you guys know in the comments what would create such heavy carbon like that. I'd like to know. I guess the next thing is, let me get you off the stand. Let's see if we can look at the head here and see if it's cracked or what. I hope it's not cracked. Oh, that was a good steel. Yeah, that was a good head gasket too. That's too bad. Huh. Man, I don't know why, unless this, so it would have been the left-hand side here. It would have been like that. So it would have been this hole over here, right up here. Now you can see it right there, the mark where it was hit. Now, unless this, I don't see any cracks in it. So that's a good sign. I don't see any down there. So I just wonder if this thing, I'm going to set it up on a piece of marble I got, and I'll get some sandpaper on it. I never did do that before we did it. What is that? Oh, that's just that must have happened way back when, but that's just a crack on the fin where it got hit. But I don't see anything up here, anything that would make it. But man, the carbon is just nuts. Why is that? Huh. I mean, it runs good. I mean, it runs good. It doesn't miss or carry on. But man, them things are. I got to get those cleaned out somehow. We got to get those fins cleaned out. But I mean, everything looks good. Let me get a light, and I'm gonna look at the cylinder walls here. Okay. A light here. I don't know if it's going to blind you now, but I mean, that cylinder walls look really, really good. They are smooth. At least this one is. I don't know if I can turn that over and check this one, but I mean, yeah, they look, honestly, they look better than what I thought they would be. I mean, they are, I don't see any scoring at all on it. Huh. Let me see, how can I roll this? Let me see if I can roll this over and with the fan over here. And see if I can get that down. Alright, there's top dead center there. Oh, I better move that or I'll crush it. Alright. Let's get the light down in this one. Yeah, I mean, that's just oil there. I mean, to me, that looks super good, man. That's just crazy. Yeah, looks super good. The valves don't look, the seats, I mean, you probably can't see it, but they don't look bad underneath the seats. And, it wasn't leaking at the valves, but man, I think I'm gonna run some Berrymans in this, give it some vitamins, I guess, and see what happens. But yeah, that ain't good. I don't like how much, I guess that's coming from the cylinder head too, huh? Have to get that all cleaned up, but I don't see any other, what's that down there? Yeah, that's just dirt from running it. I don't see any other meese nests, but I want to check that side. I don't see any down there, but that doesn't mean anything. I may take that cover off just to look, but let's look at this thing a little closer and figure out why that blew right there. I mean, I don't see any. I haven't got it cleaned up, but you think if it had a blow, I mean, if it cracked the head, it definitely shows, because I've got a couple used ones or old ones that my uncle had that were, cracked. And I'm gonna go see if I got another friend that's a TIG welder. I don't have an aluminum TIG. I don't have a TIG welder at all. And see if he can TIG it and see if we can save those heads, because if anybody's watching this knows, those things are getting hard to find. And I got a motor down there that's got 2 on it, and I got 2 from my uncle that were broke. Or no, that was my other friend. And then the one I bought from my uncle and the one that come over here. So I got a few, but man, I think if you can fix them, surely you could be able to TIG that, couldn't you? And if I have to, I can put it in my mill and use a, what do they call that, a butterfly. Oh, I can't remember what kind of bit they use, but I don't see why you couldn't just, mill this surface back straight again. But man, I wish I had the better, blinding you there. Wish I had the better gasket. I thought I had another one of these, but I mean, could we use this one over again? I don't know. It doesn't look, I mean, it went like that, and it was blowing right here. I mean, that gasket don't look bad, because the ones I got now are just stupid fiber ones, cheapo crap. But yeah, that don't look good there. No, because if that's showing up on video, but I don't know what that's all about. See, that would have been there, that would have been there, would have been over here somewhere. Yeah, huh, that's weird. Looks like it was almost getting ready to blow there too, because of the discoloration there. Guess we ain't using this one over. All right, well, I'm gonna get this head cleaned up and try to get some of this cleaned up. I'm gonna take a wire brush and I'm gonna turn it so these valves are both closed. I think we can do that, don't you think? Get it where both valves are closed, and then I can take a wire wheel. I think maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, good. Close both of those and stuff some rags down in there and see if we can clean these valves up. Almost makes me want to take the other head off just to check and see what it's doing, but yeah, I guess we'll deal with that when it needs to be dealt with. So for right now, I'm going to get a wire brush and clean this up and get all this clean, get all this cleaned up, and put it in a parts washer and wash all this crap off, and I guess put the head gaskets on the ones we got. All right, I'm just gonna try to get some of that stuff out of there. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of goo. I'm a fair, and I'm gonna take that back, take this whole shroud off of here. And this just, it is really gummed up. Oh, that's a pain in the butt, I think. I gotta take it off. I gotta get that shroud out of there so we can get down to here. I should have brought my flashlight, but it's so thick back in there. And I hate to put it back together like that. This side isn't as bad. Of course, this side's the one that's probably been leaking and just dumping oil, because I know it smokes. That's why I'm surprised with how clean the cylinder walls are, because it does smoke quite a bit. Yeah, look at that. I think that's a lot of play. Maybe not. I can see the ring there. Yeah, that's probably a little more than normal. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, let me work at getting this shroud off and get some of this out of the way. Now, I'll bring it back. All right, let's get this line off of here. Get that off of there first. What size is that, 9/16? Yeah. Oh, sure. Hold that back one so it doesn't turn. I think I put that on there tight enough. I think this one should be all right. It should turn. Good gravy. Okay. Get some of that off of there. And now, we just got 2 bolts under here. Let me see if I can get. There's that one. I think I'll put those over here by the fuel line. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff I love doing. I'm getting close to retirement, and I got a lot of projects around the farm here that I've collected over the years. Old garden tractors, and I mean, you name it, cars. I got cars that I want to work on now that I've had before I was even married, and that's been going on. Our 40-year anniversary is coming up, and I've had some of those cars before we were married, and it's just, life happens, and spent a lot of time on the house, built the barn here. Everything, this used to be a field where we're at, so everything that's on here, all the trees and every blade of grass and everything we put on here, so that took a lot of my time. All right. Well, that gasket looks pretty good. If I can get that out of there. There. Now, I think I can just lay that up there. There. All right. Oh, much better. I think I can just reach right in there and get it now. Sure. All right. That's awesome. I'll put that, well, that goes, I'm gonna put this up here with the other ones. All right, well, that's not, of course I blew a lot of that crap out of there, but yeah, I mean, let's look and see how bad where do I stick my flashlight at? Oh, on there. How bad that is back there. Oh, it's not too bad actually. Them fins don't look too bad, but I'm glad we took it apart. We're gonna clean that all out and maybe spray it with carb cleaner, and I still can't get this one out, but this side's not near as bad. I can get in there with a brush maybe, and I think I got a small brush. We can run back and forth in these fins with some brake cleaner and at least get it close to clean, get a little more air to it. So, all right, let me get some brushes around and get all that cleaned up first, and then we'll work on the top here and get the top of the jug here taken care of. Anyway, I'm just gonna try to clean some of this up. Maybe I can get you down here so you can see what we're doing, but yeah, they're just so coated with oil. We can get some of this with my Scotch-Brite pad. We'll try to clean all that up. All right, well, I got, it looks a little better. Actually, it looks a lot better. Yeah, they're not bad. You can probably see in there better than me. But yeah, they look pretty good. I got them cleaned up as best we can on this side. Yeah, at least they're not full of oil, but that looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get that in between there. I can see with the camera too. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll go with that. Now I want to wire wheel some of this. I need to stick some stuff. I'm gonna stick a couple pieces in there. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna get that much off of it, and I hate to lose something down in that hole. But what do you do? I don't know where that hole goes. Let me see if we can look down in there and see where it goes. Let me get my other little flashlight here. I think it's just air chamber. Yeah, it's just the air chamber around it. I hate to get, oh, it goes, yeah, okay, that goes straight down, that goes through there. It goes straight through so that's no big deal, and the rest are just bolt holes that we can blow out, so that's cool. Yeah, that's just, I don't know if you can see that, my light down there, it goes between the jugs. All right, well, I'm gonna get the little sander out here and show some of it, but it's gonna be pretty boring just doing that for right now, so I'll get some of that done. Okay. There's a little pitting right there. I don't know if it catches it on the camera, but what do you expect for this old of a machine, but yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a pitting there, and just fine pitting. It's no big deal. I think I'm gonna try to get top of the piston too a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can rotate the engine over and see if I can get that piston up where I can get it easier. Let's go the other way. Yeah. All right. I don't know if you can see that. Let me unhook this air hose. It's got, I don't know if you can see that, 30, it says 30. Yeah, this thing's so hard to, I don't know if my light would help. See that? It's 30 over. Piston says 30. Well, that don't help. Let me see if I can. You probably can't see it, but yeah, it's a 30 over already. It's not as sloppy up at the top. All right, let's get the other piston up there. All right, let me go unplug that. All right, I hit that a little more. I got enough air in the compressor to do it. Get my straight edge and feeler gauge on it and see what we got here, how much, if this is out or not, and then we'll go check the head. Hopefully you can see that. Let me turn this or swivel that light out of the way. That'd probably be better. And so we're right across the bolt holes across the top here. Let's see what that looks like now. So that's 2 thousandths. I mean, that's pretty good. Because that's cleaned off pretty good there. And that's not going under. And that's not. So I think we're good. I think we're good. I don't think this way we'll find anything different. I mean, it goes, depends on how straight I hold this. I mean, there it went. There we got some right there. That's pretty. I think I'm holding it straight. I must have had it tipped or something. I don't know. Yeah, because it's not going now. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's do this side once. My hand's going to be in your way, but I just want to quickly do this side. That shows. And I got it tilted. That makes. We're good. That part's good. I don't think we have a problem there. All right. Well, let's go over to the bench and see what we got on the head. All right. So I got the head over here. I already got this cleaned up. I don't have the combustion chamber area cleaned up yet, but I'll do that later. But I just wanted to get this cleaned up and get a straight edge on it and see what we got with this one. I got an actual machining straight edge for this one. Let's start off with 2 on this one and see what we got. see, which one was it? It goes on like that. So that was where it was leaking, right up there in that side. So it'd be right up in here. I would imagine that's gonna show some wear or some warping. Oh man, there's a little there. There's at least 0.02 in between there. So that means it's warped, you know, up like that. Yeah. So the whole middle. So what do you do about that? We can put it on a piece of granite here and sand some of it, but I don't think we're gonna get that much out of it. And can we pull that? Can we pull that out of it with these bolts when we torque it? But let me get I got a piece of really fine sandpaper. Let's lay it on this piece of granite. I know this granite probably isn't perfect, but we can try it here. It's one I had forever. So there's a little bit right there. So there's nothing there. That's 0.02. I'd say if this old machine's within 0.02 of an inch, we'd be pretty good. So I'm not scared of that. Let's see if I get the sandpaper on there. And let's get the paper on here. I got a piece of, this is 320. Hopefully that's all I got. And this is just some spindle oil for the lathe or the mill. Hold on, let me shut that off. The heat. Oh! Spindle oil, light oil, so this should work. Get some underneath to hold the paper. I'll squirt a little bit underneath here. I don't know if that helped or hindered, but all right, here we go. All right, let's see how this shines up. If we do this, then the high spots will get more shiny. I hardly got a big enough piece of paper, but we're just gonna do this a little bit here. I could use a lot bigger piece of paper, but we'll do it all at once. Don't want to do some of it and come back and well, that sucked it down. All right, let's see what we got. It's taking material off because I can see it. Let's wipe it off here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's a little high right there. You probably can't see it but yeah, it's going to be high all the way around. But I'm going to go ahead and do that for a while. See if I can get that worked down a little more. And then we'll see where we're at. All right, well, I got it done. I don't know, it's not done. It's good enough though. It did take it took some off of here, right there at that corner. You probably can't, I don't think you can see it. No, maybe right there. Probably see the corner right there. Took off a high spot right there. And that's, you know, one that was leaking right there. So now what I got, and I don't know if it's correct or not, what I'm gonna do, but this gasket, where did we put the gasket? This gasket, if you remember, is a fiber. Let's take it over the bench. Is a fiber gasket instead of a metal gasket. I don't know how well that's going to hold up, but we're going to try it. It's a fiber gasket, and I don't know, maybe it'll seal better, but I thought, man, I don't know if this will work or not, but I got some. Where is it? Right here. It's called copper spray gasket, and I mean, it shows a head gasket right there, so we'll see what it does. But I'm going to take this on a clean piece of cardboard, and I'm going to spray both sides of this, and I'm going to coat it pretty good. And then I think it says let it dry. It can heat, eliminate, directions, provide adequate ventilation. Oh, darn. Both sides of the gasket. It doesn't say. Doesn't say to let it sit or whatever, but I'm going to let it sit. Spray a good even coating on it, and both sides, let it sit, and then we'll use that. I don't know if that'll help protect the gasket or not, but we'll see. It's make your own copper gasket. So let me get this mess cleaned up, get a new piece of cardboard, and we'll spray that. All right, so, well, it's actually the next day. I did a little more sanding on this, and I don't know if you can see the shiny spot right there and all the way across to that side. And now I don't know if we measured that yesterday or not. I can't remember. I think we did, but let's just throw this up here, and let's just double check. I think we did. I think I threw it across here, and it was no gap in it. Yeah, no gap in the center anymore. So yeah, it was a little bit right there. Right there. There's a little bit right there on this side, but I'm not going to worry about it. I think that looks pretty good, because right there you can see the discoloration of where it was blown out. Nothing on the gasket. I really couldn't find anything on the gasket either. So let me get a piece of cardboard here, and we will spray some of that. I really wanted to take this in the house so it wasn't so cold, but I didn't. So now we're just going to do it, because I'm not going to wait anymore. Clean this off really good again with some brake cleaner. Set the, oh shoot, I forgot. I still got to clean those out, so I ain't going to worry about that. But I do want to get this sprayed. A new piece of cardboard here. I do want to get that sprayed, but it does have a metal piece on the sandwich between these two, so we'll see. I don't know. It's a cheap old gasket set. Let me get this can shook up, and then I'll bring it back. Let's do a test spray here. All right. Kind of figured it'd fan out a little more, but doesn't say how much to put on, but I guess we'll do that. Let that sit and dry, and let's go ahead and let's get some of this crap out of here. The only thing I got is that I don't have one little ball. I need to get some of those little round ball wire brushes. Let me switch to a drill. Yeah, actually works pretty good, actually. Cool. That'll work. All right. That is, I got a little bit right there. Good enough. Get another coat put on this side, and yeah, I threw that drill up here right on top of the gasket. All right, let that dry a little bit. We'll flip it over, and in the meantime, we can come over here and spray this off here quick. Good. All right, so we'll let this dry. We'll flip it over, and I'll put some on the back. I'd imagine it. Is it dry enough now? Yeah, it's pretty dry. That stuff dries pretty quick. Let's try flipping over. Get a little bit on this side while we're at it. I don't know how much is too much. All right, I think we're getting ready to put this thing back together. I think I'm gonna spend some time. Let's go walk over here. I think I want to spend some time and get some of these bolts for the head. What did I do with them? Did I put them all in here? Yeah, I must have. Get all these cleaned up on the wire wheel and get them degreased and get them ready to go back in. I think I'm gonna blow those holes out again where the bolts go, make sure them are clean, and then I'll have to find my paperwork for what the torque is for that. But I'll get everything cleaned up, get everything ready to go back together, and then I'll bring it back. All right, well, I'm just gonna quickly polish these up here, knock the rust off, get them kind of smooth on the washer so, you know, the torque will be right. I think what we'll do then is we'll get it all back together and start it up and let it run and get warm, and then retorque the head. I don't know if that's actually in the book or not, but seems like the right thing to do. All right, got all these done. I'm just gonna put a drop of oil. This is some old sewing machine oil, just a drop of oil on each of these. Give it some lubrication so our torque is right. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, let's chase some of these threads here. Probably not necessary, but I think it'll be worth it. I could probably put that in a drill too. All right, well, we're getting there. I'm just gonna go around here and get all these done, and then we'll go get the head and the gasket and find my spec sheet, and we'll just keep going from there. Now let me get the air hose. All right, well, let me get the head gasket around, and I'm sure these are, oh yeah, then we're gonna go in good. And lose a washer. All right, get the head gasket. All right, got the head gasket and the head, and there's two longer bolts that go in the middle here because they got a, I don't know if I can show you that here. They sit up, where are they? Oh, this one is up higher and that one's up higher, so that takes the two longer bolts. Thought they were all the same, but I seen those and it's like, oh yeah, they got to be longer to go there. So we'll get a couple bolts in here and we'll just get them all snugged up. That copper stuff works pretty good. I never used that before. And now I got it turned around the wrong way. They go this way. All right, stay in there. Okay, you just stick that on there. I think I'm ready for this. Come on, get on there. There. All right, now we get all these started. Yep, I gotta get these two in. Basically finger tight. I'm not really worried about a sequence here right now. Now that one's kind of weird. Why is that one acting like that right here? I thought we did that one, but yeah, maybe we didn't. But boy, if we didn't and they all felt like that, that would be... Yeah, might be the bolt. Let me go wire brush that a little more. All right, let's try that. I don't know why it's doing that. It looks like it's all right. Huh. Let's try switching it once with this bolt. See if it's the threads or... I guess I better start that. It's the bolt. Well, it tightened. I don't know if I've got a... It almost acts like that thing's bent. Huh. I'm gonna see if I've got one here. Well, I don't have one. It's an odd size. Maybe I don't know what size it is. I'm gonna go get a die and see if I can run that through the die and see if I can clean that up. Okay, well, it says it's a 5/16, and that's a 5/16, but it just looks bigger, but it fits. But let me get some oil. Well, dab more dab of oil on this one and see if it'll go better. But yeah, I don't know why that's acting funny. I took a dye and put it on and it worked. It did okay. No, it was just dry. All right, I think we're good. Now I gotta just find my torque specs. Well, I found my drawing, and I had wrote down on everything. I took the old gasket and traced it, and then wrote this out, and it says 22 to 24 foot-pounds retorque after engine runs. So we could move ahead on that. Except, went to look for my torque wrench, and I only got one because I got one that goes from like 0 to 80 foot-pounds. And of course, I forgot, I loaned it out. But that's the way it goes. I will, there's really nothing more we can do here until we get that head torqued on. All right, well, I think we're back where we started from. I got my torque wrench back. And I'm getting ready to torque. You probably can't see that because the light washes it out, but I got my torque pattern and my specs for it. And it says 22 to 24. I did double check in the book, and that's what it says, so I wrote it down right. And it's foot-pounds. And I guess we torque it once, and then I wrote down retorque after engine runs. So I'm going to start. This is number 1. And it doesn't say about torquing them. I wonder if I should do them in like 2 steps. So I know a lot of stuff is that way. Let's do that. I'm going to do it like 10 pounds first. And then we'll go up to the 20. And I don't go 24 because it's just a cheap Harbor Freight torque wrench. It's a 0 to 80 foot-pounds. So I'm just going to set it on 10 to begin with. And we'll go from there. We'll set them all at 10 just to set everything in. There's one. Pretty straightforward. All right, they are torqued. Now I gotta see if I can find a couple spark plugs, because if you remember, this one was really bad. So I think I got new ones, or I got some good used ones. So I go ahead and put the fuel pump back on last night when I was waiting on my torque wrench. Got that all hooked up, got that ready to go. I actually could put the muffler on and just spin it out of the way. And yeah, really, I got all the tins cleaned up, and I'll get all the tins on and get everything buttoned up, and I'll bring it back when we're getting ready to start, unless I find something stupid, but should be okay. So, well, I got putting these shrouds back on. I guess I never even realized it, but I don't know why it hit me this time, but it's like I put this the cylinder head cover over like that, and I'm going, you know what, that's completely open on the bottom. I mean, there's nothing on the bottom, and there should be. Anyway, I'm going to build a tin to stretch from here, bolt in back here at that hole, and then bolt in this one here and kind of wrap it up and see if I can get it bolted into this one and this one over here, you know, to close that off. And the other side's the same way, and it's never ever had them on. So that could be some of the reason why, you know, that cylinder is getting too hot. Haven't had a problem on the backside, but doesn't mean I'm not gonna tackle the backside right now, but I am gonna make a little one for this down here, and at least help this one cool. And it may push more air, well, I guess, I don't know, might push more air on the front. So just got my book out here. You know, if you see this picture here, let me get a pointer of some kind right here. This will work. You know, you can see that picture right there. It's got that tin right there that comes, I think it comes, bolts up underneath the head and then comes out to this one. But right here it is. It's called the what is it they call it, the lower cylinder shroud. So at least I know what I'm looking for. I mean, if I'm going to go online, I'm going to see if I can find excuse me, find those. There may be even some down in that old Bobcat down in the barn that I brought back from Ohio. I didn't even think about that. That'd be awesome if it was. Maybe I ought to go check that before I spend time making this thing. All right, let me get this thing. Boy, it's just about ready to get spark plugs in. And let me strap the coil up there so it don't fall down. And put the muffler on and get it fired up, get it warm, and then retorque it. Okay, I'll see you back in a bit. All right, well, I think I got things ready to fire this thing up. Got the coil tied up, got the wires back on. I thought I had new plugs for it too, but of course I didn't. I got one old one, one better old one, and one Champion, I think. So the Champion crossed over to the Motorcraft. So, oh yeah, it'd be really nice if I'd tighten those, you know. Make 500 trips to the toolbox. I think I'd learn to roll it over here. Okay, now I think I got everything ready. Probably not. Got the oil tube back in. I don't know, I guess all we do is try it. Let's see how well she'll start. Hopefully the battery's still good. A little choke, a little gas.
Good.
that door open for a little bit, but I can't plug my light in because got one light strapped to the door. So let me readjust you here. We're still set at 23 foot-pounds. Man, does that feel good warm? Let's see how they come loose at all. Oh, not much. We may run it for a while here, and then I don't know, maybe take this tin off again sometime and retorque it. Well, that one was loose. 17. All right. Well, I don't know what else you can do. I don't know how else you can do any better than that. So, all right, we'll let this cool down. In the morning, we'll go down and see if we can find shrouds. If not, I'll bend one up, get it made, put the tins back on, and get everything buttoned up, and then we'll cold start it in the morning. So, all right, we'll see you. All right, well, I got down here to the barn where I had this other engine, and of course all the tins are off. I better get something in that hole. Yeah, I didn't realize that was open, and those are open. I got to get those closed up. But here's the bucket of tins. That's the side cover we don't need. Let's see, or the front over, yeah, that side cover. That's the front cover over the side, right? No, that ain't it either. I don't know if it's going to be in here or not. Are them it? That might be it. But it's, I think it's broke something. This tab right there, that's, yeah, that's a cylinder. That's broken off, but I might be able to make that work. At least it's got the nut on the back side yet, so we'll lay that up there. Let's see what else we got in here. That's a hose. Yeah, this thing was torn apart. The guy was going to try to fix it, and then he gave up. And this is the one I went out to Ohio, got from my uncle, and he took some parts off of it and took the rest. That ain't it. Oh, come on, man. There's got to be. Oh, that's the. Yeah, that's the gauge part. Let's see what's there. Another side cover. Well, we're getting down there. I don't see many covers left. There's another bucket up front here. That's a small one. Not sure where that one goes either. Well, that's the top of the... Alright, well, there's nothing much left in there as far as covers go. Let's put this back. Oh, hey, I could use that too. Mine's missing. That's better than nothing, isn't it? I would think. I'm gonna take that along just in case I can get that put in. All right, let's go up. I don't think. Hoping there's more tins in this thing, but it doesn't look that way. No tins in there. Nothing there. Oh, yeah, there's a bucket underneath it. Can't even see that. Oh, I may have to put you down here for a second. Hold on. Okay. Well, there's something in the bottom of this. I can't tell what tin it is. Foot pedals. I don't think it's what we're going to need. Yeah, we only got one. Nope. Starter, pump, or oil filter, or hydro filter. Well, that kind of sucks. Well, at least we got one. Yep, I don't think there's any on here. left. Pretty sure. No. Alrighty, well, that's a bummer. Hoping there'd be more tins, but evidently not. Nothing up. Nope, I don't see any more. Okay, well, we're going to take that one, and at least we got the cover for the fan. We'll take both of these with us and see if we can make this one work at least halfway. That's rusted off, but if I can get some of it on there, it's better than nothing, right? Okay, let's go back to the shop. All right, well, back in here with these shrouds. Got this one and then this one. I just kind of want to see if this is even close to what we need. Yeah. All right, well, maybe we won't be using it. No wonder it was never put back on. How do you get that thing in there? Really? You gotta put that on before you put the engine in. Yeah, well, you know what? It's been like that for a very long time. I guess the other thing I could do is get a screen mesh and bend it and bolt it here and here, because I do have a young grandson now running around here, about 4 years old. You know how kids are, they put their hands where they shouldn't be. So, well, that's not gonna work. All right, I think I'm gonna work on this piece of tin, and well, let's just kind of, let me get you in the stand here. Let's see if it's anywhere close to what we need. I think it is, but let's see what it, oh, sit down for a little bit. Let's see if it's even close. Well, let me put you down here. Get a better view. I'm gonna bend that, get the rotten piece off of here. I'm not gonna need that. Nothing left of it anyway, so let's see. It looks like it's gonna fit. It's just, I would imagine it goes, it don't go over this one. It doesn't, well, no, it doesn't look like it goes, well, maybe it does go over this one. And I think this one's bent. Let's bend that back a little. That looks a little better. And stick that up underneath, like, I think right there. I think that's how it works. It's bent weird here. I wonder if there's a left and a right. Oh, no, I bet you it is bent. Let's take that out. Let's see if we can. Yeah, it looks like it's, well, I don't know. Let me see if I can bend this a little. Maybe flatten that out. Let's see if it fits a little better. Oh yeah, like a glove. Oh, yeah, it's right at the hole now. That's perfect. I think I can get a bolt in back there somehow, or at least down underneath there. So, yeah, cool. All right. Now I'll try to get it all finished and put back together, and then we'll try cold starting it. So, I mean, it's just putting it back together the way we took it apart. So, I'll be back in a second for you. All right, got the shields all back on, got the oil fill back in, put a little goop around it, just to keep the oil out. It doesn't look like there's an oil, well, there's never an O-ring on it, but yeah, fixed a wire down there on the distributor that I knocked off, And boy, that makes a big difference. That's pretty wild. I never noticed that cover under there gone, but now I'm going to go find one for the other side because I do want to do that. I can just see how that really improves the airflow across the engine, which I knew that, but didn't know it was missing, really. Never paid that close attention to this old thing. But yeah, it's added a washer. I'll fix that crack some other time. I didn't feel like doing it now. Muffler back on. Check the oil, it's good. Oh yeah. I did remember to take my, unbelievable, but I did remember to take my plug out of that down there in the oil fill. Usually I forget stuff like that. And then when I need to add oil, I'd tear it all apart. But I remembered. And we seen that wasn't gonna fit, so I didn't worry about that. And let's cold start this. I have not had it running today, so let's give it a whirl. I think we're ready to go. We had it running before, but now all the shrouds are back on, so let's see. I thought it started a little better than it did before, which it might, because we're up probably on compression now on that cylinder. Okay, here we go. Yeah, wow. Of course, it is only about 50 in here, so. It's not like it's when it's in the barn at, you know, 19 degrees or whatever. But now that I just got it warm in here, I'm gonna have to back it outside. Get my light out of here. Wow, this sounds better. That's awesome. All right, let's get it out of here. To do the ready to do the trees and help plow snow if we need it, but we haven't got hardly any snow. Yeah, I don't want to hit my kid's car here. He's got stored for the winter. All right, well, I hope you had fun watching the video. Hope it maybe you learned something. I don't know. A lot of you guys know exactly what all this is about, but if you're new or you're young and you love seeing this old stuff, you know, stay running. You know, that's what it's all about, and that's all I got is old junk around here. So I keep them running as best I can, and yeah, I mean, they're easy to work on, and they're pretty simple. So, all right, well, I guess for now that's it. Sign off, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you.